Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are about to start. I would like to welcome all of you at the conference titled Computer in Teaching of Sciences. This is a conference starting the project on iCSE4schools, which is to implement some modern computer-based methodology of teaching science at schools. We would like to welcome all our guests, and I would like to welcome the Chancellor of the University, Professor Ryszard Koziołek. I would like to welcome the Dean of Mathematics, Physics and the Chemistry Department. I would like to welcome the Director of the Physics Institute, Mr. Sichowarski. I would like to welcome the Director of the Center for Education and Interdisciplinary Research, Professor Andrzej Burian. I would like to welcome the representative of the local school authorities, Mr. Larczyk. And I would like to welcome the head of the City Hall, Mr. Jacek Nowaczek. I would like also to welcome the partners of the project iCSE4schools, representatives of Simula School of Research and Innovation from Oslo, Ms. Lena Korsnes, if I mispronounce the name, Mr. Jonas van den Brink, and Dr. Molly Maleker. I would like to welcome representative of the University of Augsburg, Professor Gerd Ludwig Ingold. I would like to welcome the representative of the second team of schools, Ms. Sikora, with her students. I would like to welcome representatives of the 33rd High School in Warsaw, Ms. Matejczyk, and her teachers working with her, and also representatives of the Edu-Res Foundation. I would like to welcome all teachers, participants, all of you who attend this conference. Welcome all of you. Before we proceed to the lectures, I would like to pass the floor to Professor Ryszard Koziołek. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, the dean, my friend who deals with designing, usually says that he can't stand being asked does it mean that when you use computers for designing that they don't have to know how to draw, and he's always nervous as usually drawing machines or writing machines or reading machines or counting machines will never release us from some skills which we were educated in. And today you will be discussing how machines can supplement teaching of mathematics, physics. It means those subjects which at Polish schools, but also at schools around the world, cause students a lot of problems. And definitely this illusion that we believe that using of machines releases our mind from doing some operations will be also discussed. And in the discipline which is close to me, but also I know it quite well, this is literature. More and more often we also discuss using of computers, and quite often in the areas which recently were quite exotic. Recently I have had a book with me which I'm about to read, and it's titled Reading Machines. it turned out that more and more software programs are developed to make a lecture of text, not to allow students to avoid reading, not to understand the books in a different way, but to analyze the text, to analyze words, to make analysis which has not been possible so far. So the perspective of knowledge which is available, which becomes available, is tremendous, and shortly we hope that using those intelligent reading programs can allow us to make stylistic, semantic studies which we so far have not been available to do. But of course it doesn't mean that we do not have to read books. It will not weaken the competences of understanding and translation of text. It will broaden our possibilities. And one more remark regarding this neighborhood relationship between disciplines. Quite often I browse internet websites to check how people help each other in teaching various subjects, and I need to say that mathematical and physical websites which help to teach students, they are better developed than those websites for literature, as those for cultural or literature ones. They use some shortens, and those mathematical websites which I use, and also my wife uses, all of them help to understand a specific subject, not only allow to find solutions. And it seems that the new tools which are a part of our life more easily can be adapted to science. So I'm curious and I'm interested in this discussion, and hopefully you will also tell me how we can use these new tools. Again, I would like to welcome our guests, and of course I hope that you will have a fruitful discussion, and hopefully our students also will benefit from this discussion. Thank you, Dean, and also the lady, could you please also say a couple of words at the very beginning? Ladies and gentlemen, almost everything has been said, and our students also introduced the subject matter of this conference. I would like to say that we want to say thank you to all the teachers who attend this conference, that we all together want to improve the education of our students in terms of science. Students find those subjects to be very difficult, and we wouldn't have any development without development of science and technical sciences. So please allow me to say one more, to welcome one more person, as it wouldn't be possible for us to meet here if not the team of my colleagues, physicians. I would like to welcome and say thank you, Professor Marcin Kostur, who is drinking water. He knows that he will be speaking shortly, and Professor Jerzy Łuczka. These gentlemen are physics, and they want to make physics to be easy and friendly. So this is why they want to use computers to allow people to see different aspects. And I would like to say thank you, Dr. Marta Margiel, who is not physics, but he's happy with us, so this is some kind of symbiosis. She understands very well all those physical terms. She supports us with developing of different projects, and so of course also we need to remember that a lot of our projects are co-financed by the European Union. and welcome all our guests, as this is a great opportunity for us to share the knowledge with our colleagues from Norway, from Germany and Poland. So thank you for being with us. Thank you very much. A couple of words about organizational matters. If any of you had any questions, feel free to ask your questions at the reception desk. And one more remark, if any of you doesn't have the headphones and if you need an interpretation, so please collect the headphones at the reception desk. They are available. And now let's start our conference and the first presentation. I would like to pass the floor to Marta Margiel and Professor Marcin Kostur, who will tell us the subject matter of the conference and the major goal of the project.
Dzień dobry Państwu, witam
Good
Państwa bardzo
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome all of you. I'm also one of the hosts, as I'm a coordinator of the project at the Silesian University, and it's my privilege to administer activities within this project. And this is also a kind of project which is quite unique, so I'm linked to this from the very beginning. I have been participating in the creation of the project and in application and also in implementation. My presentation is going to be the shortest of all. And we would like to present you the goals of our project. This is the first conference, inauguration conference, so we are going to talk about what we hope to do in the future. So this is the first event within the project, and I hope to meet you later in the future. In our project, we are going to work in an international consortium on methodology of integrated teaching in IT studies, physics and mathematics, and our operations are intended for secondary schools. And first of all, the methodology we are going to develop is intended for all schools. Probably also in the future we will also go to the first level of schools, including the primary schools, but there are detailed goals. We intend in our international partnership exchange knowledge. We want to promote the modern methodology of teaching, and our goal is also implementation of some activities which sharing of knowledge, sharing of good practices, and we will also develop the new and modern innovative methods which could be applied in teaching, and we also intend to implement innovative educational solutions, and later within the project we want to make this project to make our schools familiar with our project. Our consortium, our project is carried out in an international consortium. We are very proud that we managed to build this kind of consortium. This is an international consortium, and it is also multi-sectoral consortium, and University of Silesia is also strongly involved, and staff members of this university are really strongly involved, and this consortium also includes two other entities. We are very happy that representatives of those institutions accepted our invitation and decided to participate in our undertaking. We have a great guest, Professor Ingold, who is a great authority, a European authority, and Professor Ingold represents the University of Augsburg, and another school is Simula School of Research and Innovation from Oslo. And our project is a continuation of the iCSE project, which we will discuss later. And it is our tradition that we have partners from Norway as a country which is a leader in development of modern IT solutions. And the project, we have also invited secondary schools to participate in the project. We have also invited a local partner, the second group of schools from Chorzów, and another partner is a school from a geographically quite large distance, and we cooperate with them. This is the 33rd High School from Warsaw. And the third sector is represented by the Edu-Res Foundation, the Foundation for Development of the center which hosts us, and the foundation was established to support
edukacji i badań.
Education and researches, and the main goal of the foundation is activity in education and research. And the foundation also deals with various elements of the project. And very briefly about the agenda, the project started on 1st of September 2014, and it will continue for 36 months, so 3 years of developing solutions which are going to be discussed today. And we have been given support with 263,000 euros, and our project is carried out, is implemented with the support of the European Union. Within Erasmus Plus project, we participated in the first draft of applications. We applied to strategic partnership area in the school educational aspects, and within our project we will develop the following results. We will first of all develop to create methodology of teaching in secondary schools, which will use the modern and innovative computer methods, and within our activities we will also develop, hopefully, hands-on tools for you as teachers. It means teaching materials, didactic materials, which you could use in your teaching processes during your classes. They are going to be interactive tools, materials developed in both languages, including our international partners. Those materials hopefully will be very useful in the teaching process. And one of those examples of those materials is going to be the video games set. So that's all about the project, and hopefully that's a conference which will make I hope that in the final conference the presentation will be longer. And now I would like to pass the floor to Professor who will discuss iCSE.